Okay, so good day, grade 7 learners. Welcome to our next science lesson, Accurate Measurement. I am excited to guide you as we explore the importance of measuring accurately in science and in everyday life. Okay, so titingnan din natin, okay, do you think that measurement is important when you are doing a particular scientific investigation or experiment? Okay, importante ba siya? Yes and no for us to get the accurate results. I am Sir Wawi, your ever curious science buddy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe para lagi kang updated sa ating mga susunod pang science lessons. So, sige, let's start. Get your notebooks, ready your minds, and let's start learning about accurate measurement. So, for the learning competency, make accurate measurements using standard units for physical quantities and organize the collected data when carrying out a scientific investigation. So in this lesson mga anak, magpapakita lang tayo ng mga physical quantities or five common physical quantities and we will try to find out what are the common units that we used, okay, to measure something. Ano? Okay, especially yung standard units na ginagamit natin around the world. Okay, and then use standard units in measuring physical quantities. Identify appropriate measuring tools. Record measurements accurately. Organize data in tables. Appreciate the importance of accurate measurement in science. So, while doing or while discussing okay the importance of measurement, we will provide specific example of physical quantities, okay, the tools that we use, okay, for to measure a specific quantities, like for example in mass, okay, ano yung mga karaniwan or common tools na ginagamit natin to measure the mass of the object, to measure the length of the object, pare-parehas ba yung tools? Okay, so sige. Opening question, why do scientists measure things? Bakit ang mga scientists sinusukat nila yung mga bagay-bagay while doing experiment? Ano? Okay, so like for example, how tall is the plant? Okay, so para makuha natin yung measurement or yung height ng plant, kaya ano yung gagamitin natin? Itatansya lang ba natin? Kasing taas mo yung plant. So, siguro 5'6" din yan. Ganon. So, something like that. So, hindi po So, hindi po tayo gagamit ng tansyahan. We will use accurate tools to get the accurate measurement of a particular object. So, how much water is needed for growth? Okay, so, how much? Ibig sabihin, i-measure natin. Hindi pwedeng sasabihin mo isang baso lang. Kailangan gagamit tayo ng measuring tool. How fast the sugar dissolve? How fast? Yan po ay natunaw isang oras. Okay. Ganun ba agad-agad? Magko-conclude ba tayo? So, ibig sabihin, dapat gagamit din tayo ng tool to measure that Okay, so para maging accurate yung results. Okay? Sige. So, scientists use measurements to collect accurate information and answer questions about the world around them. So, gumagamit ang mga scientists ng measurement para makuha nila talaga yung eksakto. Okay? Collect accurate, okay, and reliable information. Kasi, pag ganun yung ginagawa ng mga scientists, supported yung kanilang magiging conclusion and results. Hindi yung gawa-gawa lang natin, tansya-tansya. Kasi pag ginawa ninyo, possible yung maging results ninyo or conclusion is bias or kumbaga edited, modified. So hindi tinatanggap ng science yung mga ganong results. Dapat supported with, okay, with what do you call this? Appropriate. Okay, appropriate process. Gumamit ka ng tamang mga materials, sinunod mo yung mga proseso. Okay, and pag ginawa mo yun, makukuha mo yung isang accurate measurement na susuporta sa iyong conclusion. Okay, so yan yung maganda sa measurements. Ayan, so activity number 1, measure it correctly. So identify the type of measurement used for length, mass, volume, time, and temperature. So ito lang yung dito lang iikot mga anak yung ating discussion sa 5 physical quantities na to, yung length, mass, volume, time, and temperature. Ang pag-aaralan natin is ano ba? Okay, yung tool na ginagamit to measure the length, mass, volume, time, and temperature. Ano ba yung ginagamit na units for these quantities? Pare-parehas ba yung ginagamit nating units around the world? Okay, so yun ang ating titingnan, ano. So read each situation carefully. Write the type of measurement being described, length, mass, volume, time, or temperature. So before that, what is measurement, mga anak? So measurement is an important part of science because it helps us to collect accurate information about objects and events. So scientists use measurements to observe, compare, and describe things in a clear and reliable way. Kung mapapansin natin yung last word, reliable way. Reliable kasi may basis tayo sa mga results na nakukuha natin because we use appropriate tools, okay, to measure something para makuha yung reliable results. There are different types of measurements used in science. Like for example, length measures how long. Okay, di ba? The length measures how long an object is, how tall or wide something is. Mass measures how heavy, gaano ba kabigat, how heavy an object is. Volume measures how much space. Okay, particularly pag volume talaga is maiisip agad natin liquid, ano? So, volume measures how much space a liquid or substance occupies. Time measures how fast or how long an event takes to happen. Okay, and then temperature measures how hot or cold something is. Ano po? Ayan. Sige, hopefully, dito sa ating what do you call this, pre-activity explanation, nakuha agad natin yung five quantities or physical quantities. So, write the type of measurement being described. Pipili lang tayo kung length, mass, volume, time, or temperature. You have to analyze the situation if it is for length, mass, volume, time, or temperature. Situation number one, measuring the height of a sunflower plant. Ano ba yan? For mass, volume, time, temperature, or length. Okay, measuring the height, how tall, okay, the plant is. So, ito po ay for length. Agree ba ang lahat? Ito ay for length. Correct. What about situation 2? Finding how heavy a bag of rice is. How heavy? Okay, gagamit ba tayo ng thermometer dito? Okay, for temperature? Hindi. Ano, so pag mass or bigat, ang gagamitin natin na quantities dito is mass. Okay, mass. Another, measuring the amount of water in a bottle. Gaano ba kadami yung tubig nandun sa bottle? Okay, ano yung gagamitin natin? Length ba? Ruler? Susukatin natin? Of course not. Ano? So for this one, the quantity to measure the amount or the space occupied by a liquid in a bottle is volume. Ano? And next, recording how long it takes sugar to dissolve in water. Recording how long, gaano katagal bago natunaw yung sugar sa tubig. So, anong gagamitin natin? Of course, time. Next, checking how hot the water is before making tea. How hot? How cold? Di ba nandun yung clue word, how hot the water. So, ang gagamitin nating quantity dito is temperature. Okay, next. Measuring the length of a classroom table. The length of the classroom table. Okay, so nandun na din sa ating situation yung sagot. Of course, it's for length. And then finding the weight of an apple. The weight of an apple. So, it's for mass, yung bigat. Ano? And then, measuring the amount of juice in a glass. The amount of juice, yung liquid. Okay, it's volume. Next, timing a runner during a race. Lagyan natin. Nandun na nga yung clue word, timing. So, it's for time. Checking how hot or cold the air is outside on a sunny day. Okay, it's temperature. So, madali lang ba ma-analyze kung anong physical quantities yung dinidescribe in its situation? Okay, napakadali ano. So, next, in our second activity, why do scientists measure? So, explain the importance of measurement in scientific investigation. Bakit ang mga scientists, okay, ina-apply nila yung concept of measurement? Okay, so yun yung ating susunod na i-discuss. Ano, read each situation carefully, choose the reason why measurement is important, especially to scientists. So, why do we measure? Measurement is an essential part of a scientific investigation. Tatandaan natin mga anak, it's an essential part. Like for example, di ba dun sa ating scientific investigation, ano nga yung ating ginamit na problem doon? Okay, how long? Ano, does sugar dissolves faster in hot water or in cold water? Kung hindi ka tayo gumamit kaya doon ng oras or time, Okay, makukuha kaya natin yung exact comparison kung gaano katagal natunaw yung sugar sa hot water and cold water? Hindi. Okay, kasi hindi tayo gumamit ng accurate measurement. Hindi naman pwede nating iasa, bibilang tayo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. No. Okay, pag tayo nagbibilang, it's not accurate. Okay, if let's say 1 is for 1 second, 2 2 seconds, no, it's not like that. So, para masukat natin yung time, gagamit talaga tayo ng timer for that. Ano? And then, next, instead of making guesses, tama to. Instead of making guesses, manghuhula lang, scientists use measurements to collect data that can be observed, recorded, and analyzed. Okay, accurate measurements help ensure that the results of an investigation are trustworthy. Okay, hindi pwedeng manghula lang talaga tayo. Let's say, importantly or most importantly, pag tayo gumagawa ng mga medicines. Okay, hindi pwedeng hindi natin sila sukatin kung ilang grams or milligrams or kung gaano kadami yung dosage. Kasi kung chinamba-chamba natin lang yan, possible makamatayan or makapatay ng pasyente pag hindi ayos yung measurement. Okay. Another, measurements also allow scientists to compare objects, events, or results. By comparing measurements, scientists can identify similarities, differences, and patterns. The data gathered through measurement can then be used as evidence to support scientific conclusions and answer investigation questions. Okay, so yun, napakahalaga talaga, no? Okay, it is very important, okay, to do measurements, especially if you are doing scientific investigations. Ano ba yung kahalagahan nun? Para makakuha tayo ng accurate results. Okay, ano po? Next. Read each situation carefully. Choose the reason why measurement is important. So, pipili lang tayo diyan sa tatlong choices kung bakit mahalaga ang measurement. Get accurate data, compare results, support scientific conclusions. Okay, for situation number 1, two groups grow plants and record their heights to see which grow taller. Okay, so meron daw group A, okay, nag-ano sila ng tomato. Sa group B naman, sunflower, sinusukat nila yung paglaki ng halaman, especially the height of the plant. Okay, so alin yung pinakatama or the important reason, okay, why measurement is important? To get accurate data, compare results, or support scientific conclusions. Anong ginagawa ng group? Correct? It's they compare results. Ano po? And then, next, situation 2. A scientist uses a thermometer to record the exact temperature of water. Okay, so dito naman may scientist. Okay, kinukuha niya yung temperature ng tubig. Okay, gamit ang thermometer. Okay, hindi naman pwedeng, let's say, hinawakan ko yung tubig. Ay, mainit siya. Ito siguro ay 20 degrees Celsius or 50 degrees Celsius rather. Okay, 50 degrees Celsius. Hindi naman ganun pwede mang anak na maghula ako. So, para makuha ko yung saktong, okay, init, okay, or temperature nung tubig, gagamit ako ng thermometer. So, anong yan? Compare results to get accurate data or support scientific conclusion. Correct, letter A, to get accurate data. Okay, situation 3. After collecting measurements, a student concludes that plants grow faster in sunlight. So, pagkatapos daw makakollect ng measurements, okay, yung ata, okay, dun sa kanya sigurong ginawang experiment. Let's say yung isang halaman nilagay niya sa madilim, tapos yung isa naman ay sa may sunlight. Okay, and then after a few days, tinignan niya, sinukat niya yung height ng bawat plant. Parehas na plants, for example, yung kanyang itanim. Pero doon nakita niya na mas tumangkad, okay, yung or lumaki yung halaman na nasa sunlight kasi sinukat niya gamit ang ruler. Okay, so dito, after collecting measurements, okay, a student concludes that plants grow faster in sunlight. Okay, so ito po ay ang reason po dito to support scientific conclusions. Kasi hindi naman, yes, alam natin, 'di ba? Alam na natin na plants grow taller or faster in sunlight rather than in a dark room. Alam na natin 'yon because plants needs sunlight. Pero syempre, we need what do you call this? An evidence or proof. Okay, so alam na natin, gawa pa tayo ng experiment. Okay, that experiment will serve as your proof. Okay, so syempre gumamit ka doon ng accurate measurement. Ano? So next, learners measure the mass of a different tracks to determine which is heavier. Different tracks, ano yung ginamit niya? Tapos, inano niya kung which is heavier. Okay, gamit ang weighing scale. Okay, so ano po yan? Get accurate data, compare results, different tracks ha, support scientific conclusions. Actually, ito ay compare results. Compare the weight of the different tracks. But, okay, pwede rin siyang letter A. Bakit mga anak pwedeng letter A? Get accurate data while the learners weigh the rocks, nakukuha nila yung exact mass or weight ng bawat bato. Kasi pag hindi mo naman yan tinimbang, hinawakan mo lang, let's say, the first rack, sasabihin mo lang na, ay, 1 kilo to. Okay, 2 kilos, 3 kilos, 4 kilos. No, it's not accurate kasi nang hula ka lang. But, okay, when you use the weighing scale, you get an accurate data. But in this case, ang pinaka-tama po dito is comparisons. Kasi ang hina-highlight dun sa situation, okay, learners measure the mass of different racks to determine which is heavier. Kumbaga nagko-compare sila dito. Okay, so next, situation 5. A researcher records the volume of liquid using a graduated cylinder instead of guessing. Okay, so instead of guessing, nasasabihin niya that the water, let's say, is 45 liters or 45 what ml or milliliters. Okay, so hindi natin sasabihin natin na ganun agad-agad na magko-conclude agad tayo based on what we see. Mas maganda, gagamit tayo ng tool. Okay, para makuha natin yung accurate data. Okay, so sige, that's the answer. Next, students use their collected measurements to decide whether their prediction was correct. For example, okay, dito sa ating situation, yung mga bata daw, students use their collected, yung na-collect nila na data, okay, sa measurements, okay, ginamit nila to decide whether their prediction was correct. Okay, kumbaga, based on what they collect after measuring something, okay, ginamit nila yon para ma-suportahan yung kailang main idea. And for that, it's to support scientific conclusions. Okay, sige. So why is measurement important in science? Bakit mahalaga ang measurement sa science? Is it really important? Of course, no. Measurement is important in science because it provides accurate and reliable data during investigations. Talaga naman na ito lang yung isang process or way to get accurate results by doing measurement. Hindi pwedeng tansya, guessing, okay, pag yun ang ginawa mo, nang hula ka lang, naku, walang mangyayari sa'yo. Okay? It helps scientists compare results and make conclusions based on evidence. Okay? So, kumbaga, through measurement, it is one step, okay, or one factor, one evidence to support your conclusion. Okay? Kasi, okay, while doing measuring, okay, habang nagsusukat ka, reliable na because you are collecting accurate or exact data based on what you do. Okay, for example, let's say, ang hinahanap mo is yung length. Okay, length ng plant. Okay, yung pinapalaki mong plant. Hindi mo makukuha yung eksaktong length ng plant kung hindi ka gagamit ng particular measuring tool like ruler or whatever, meter stick or kung ano man. Okay, ano, hindi pwedeng manghula lamang, ano. Okay, next, accurate or not. Identify how accurate measurements contribute to correct values, reliable results, and valid conclusions. Read each situation carefully. Choose the importance of accurate measurements being shown. So, dito naman, pipili ulit tayo dun sa tatlo, ano, correct values, reliable results, and valid conclusions based on the situations. So, importance of accuracy. Accurate measurement is important in scientific investigations. Why? Because it ensures that the data collected is correct and precise. When measurements are accurate, scientists can trust the values they record instead of relying on guesses or estimates. Ayan, bawal dito ang estimates din sa science. Okay, kailangan talagang accurate. Okay, accurate measurements also makes results more reliable. When repeated by different groups or at different times, this leads to valid conclusions, allowing scientists to confidently explain findings and support their investigation results with strong evidence. Ayan. So read each situation carefully, choose the importance of accurate measurement. So pipili tayo diyan sa tatlo, yung importance or yung kahalagahan ng accurate measurement based on the situation. So pipili lang tayo kung correct values, reliable results, or valid conclusions. A student carefully reads a ruler and records the length as 12.5 centimeter instead of guessing. Okay. Gumamit ng ruler, nakuha niyo yung 12.5 centimeter instead of guessing. So ito po ay correct values. Okay. Bakit? Correct values yan. Instead na siya manghula, gumamit siya ng tamang tool. Okay? To get the length. Okay? The length of a particular object. Ayan, no? Next, three groups measure the same object and obtain nearly the same result. Tatlong grupo daw yung nag-measure ng isang object. Let's say length. Length yung measure nila. Length of the table. Muntik na silang pare-parehas. Pero konti lang. Let's say konti lang yung differences. Let's say 3.1 centimeter, 3 centimeter, 3.2 centimeter, something like that. Okay, so ano kaya to? It's correct, reliable results. Pwede na natin siyang kunin as reliable results. Kasi, kumbaga, pare-parehas na, pare-parehas 3 yung kanilang na-measure. Okay, it's a reliable results. Next, an experiment shows that plants receiving more sunlight grow taller and measurements support the finding. Okay, so ano po ito? It's a valid conclusions. Kasi kita na natin. Okay, that plants grow taller. Okay, in sunlight. Okay, using measurements. Ano yung nagsuporta dun sa claim natin? It's the measurements. Ano? Next, a scientist uses a calibrated balance to find the exact mass of a sample. Okay, ano kaya to? Ang mga ano na weighing scale kasi let's say a platform balance no, or yung ating mga laboratory apparatus sa laboratory kasi mga anak. It needs to be calibrated. Okay, para makakuha tayo ng eksaktong measurement. Kasi dahil sa marami let's say na stock or dahil madaming gumagamit ng tool, minsan okay, nagkakaroon siya ng mga, let's say, inconsistency. So, kaya kailangan din nating i-check always yung ating mga um, tools na gagamitin. Lagi nating i-calibrate before using. Ano? So, ito po ay magfo-fall sa correct values. Okay, bakit? Kasi hindi ka lang basta gumamit. Okay, alam mo namang, let's say, ang weighing scale, yes, it is for a tool to measure the mass of the object. Okay, pero as the user, nandun pa din yung iyong responsibility na ito ay i-check kung ayos ba siyang gamitin. Kasi minsan may mga gamit na hindi na gumagana, sira na. Okay, so ganun po dapat ano, it's a correct values. Next, repeating an experiment several times gives similar measurements each time. Let's say, nagkaroon ka ng experiment. Sa first experiment mo, ang results, let's say, ang sinusukat mo ay volume of water na nasa bottle. Okay, sa unang result mo, okay, ang nakuha mo, let's say, meron kang similar, bumili ka ng 5 bottled water sa canteen at tiningnan mo, gusto mong sukatin yung volume ng 5 yon. Okay. Then, ang una mong ginawa, binuksan mo yung unang bottle, mineasure mo using a particular tool in laboratory. Okay. Nakuha mo, let's say, it's 40 liters. O, kung ganun yung itong ating na-measure. Sa pangalawa, 40 pa din. Sa pangatlo, 40 pa din. Sa pang-apat, 40. Sa panglima, 40. Kumbaga, pare-parehas yung result. Okay, it's a reliable results. Pero kung ang nakuha mo 40, 30, 20, 100, ay hindi yun reliable. Okay, ano po? So, sa science pati mga anak, sabi ko naman sa inyo, ang isang experiment is not enough. Okay, it's not enough to support your claim. Most of the scientists do their experiments repeatedly. Okay, and when they get, okay, constant results or similar results, doon pa lang natin masasabi that your claim is valid. Ano po? And then, next, data collected from accurate measurements helps researchers answer the investigation question. Okay, it's for valid conclusion. Data collected, yung ating pinaka-clue word doon. Data collected from accurate measurements help researchers answer the investigation question. Okay, so why is it important to make accurate measurements during a scientific investigation? Bakit kailangan natin, okay, or bakit importante na accurate yung mga ginagawa nating measurement during scientific investigation? Para Okay, accurate measurements are important in scientific investigation because they provide correct and reliable data. And this helps scientists make valid conclusions as well, based on evidence instead of guesses. Okay. So for our activity number 4, understand the system. So explain the importance of standard units and SI units in scientific measurement. Actually, mga anak, okay, here in let's say ang daming countries, 'di ba? Ang daming countries. Okay, we have different culture, we have different civilizations, ancestry. Okay, but when it comes to measurement, we use a standard units. Okay, standard units na ginagamit natin para pare-parehas yung ating sukat. Alam niyo ba mga anak dito sa Philippines? Okay, before Spaniards, okay, or yung ating mga mananakaw before sila dumating, meron na tayong sistema, okay, ng panukat. Let's say, isang dangkal, dalawang dangkal, tatlong, or isang dipa. Okay, sa tingin niyo yung mga ganong sukat natin, accurate ba yon or reliable? Let's say, isang dangkal. Okay, let's say, ang bayad mo sa akin na ginto ay isang dangkal. Okay, ganon. Okay, so accurate kaya? Okay, yung makukuha nating results doon, hindi mga anak. Kasi ang mga tao, iba-iba ang sizes ng kamay. Okay, may mga tao na malalaki ang kamay. So possible yung kailang dangkal is mas mahaba. Meron namang mga tao na maliit ang kamay. So possible yung isang dangkal maliit lang sa kanila. So hindi siya reliable. Okay. Kaya hindi natin ginagamit na ngayon yung mga isang dangkal, isang dipa, or kung ano-ano mang mga measurement. Pero dati, ginagamit yon ng mga sinaunang Pilipino. Okay, at ano ba yung kahalagahan ng standard units ngayon? Standard units is used to get accurate data. Let's say, pag sinabi nating 1 meter, okay, it's 1 meter stick, alam natin na ang 1 meter stick ay ganun lang kahaba. Kahit saan ka pa pumunta, in the Philippines, in other parts of the world, 1 meter is yung 1 meter stick. Ganun lang siya kahaba. Standard units. Hindi pwede sa atin na sabihin ang isang metro is isang dangkal. Okay, ano po, hindi po pwede. So, kaya meron tayong standard units na ginagamit para pare-parehas yung sukat. Yung hindi madadaya. Okay, next. So, understanding standard units. In science, measurements must be clear. Dapat clear, accurate, and understood by everyone. To make this possible, scientists use standard units, specifically the SI or pag sinabi nating SI or the International System of Units, okay, which is used worldwide. So using the same system of measurements, it allows scientists from different countries to understand each other's data without confusion. It also helps ensure that results can be compared, checked, and repeated in different experiments because of this. So scientific findings become more reliable, easier to share globally. Okay, so ganun po, especially um, sa mga pagkilo-kilo mga anak ano. Okay, sa iba meron kasi mga panukat na talaga dati. Okay, ang bawat bansa. Pero doon sa mga panukat kasi nila na ginagamit, hindi nagtutugma-tugma. Okay, kaya ginawa or ginamit natin ngayon ang International System of Units. Okay, para pare-parehas. Kahit saan ka man pumunta around the world, pare-parehas ang sagot. Okay, let's say 1 kilo. Okay, so ang 1 kilo, okay, is a standard unit. Kahit saan ka man pumunta, ganun. Hindi pwedeng sabihin na, okay, tatlong mangga is equivalent to 1 kilo. Okay, apat na mangga is equivalent to 1 kilo. Hindi pwede. Okay, kasi meron na tayong gagamiting standard unit. At para naman, syempre, maging accurate yung mga units na yan, gumagamit din tayo ng tools. It is supported by tools. Ano po? Next, activity sheet. So, meron tayong situations dito at may choices tayo. Ano yung choices natin? Standard units help people understand measurements clearly. Letter B, SI units or the International System of Units are used worldwide in science. Letter C, both A and B are correct. Okay. So, for the first situation, sagutan niyo muna yan. Pili kayo ng sagot. Ayan. So, let's say tapos na kayo magsagot. So, these are the answer. The first one, scientists from different countries can compare their results easily because they use the same system. Okay, gumagamit sila ng same system. Okay, what's your answer? Is letter C. Both A and B are correct. Standard units help people understand measurement. SI units, o diba? SI units are used worldwide. Okay, so letter C. Next, measurements are written in a way that everyone can understand without confusion. Okay, so dapat gumagamit tayo ng standard units. Okay, let's say for example, in length, ano yung units lang na gagamitin for length? It's meter. Okay, so hindi ka na pwedeng gumamit ng kung anumang uh, unit of measure dito. Ano po? Okay, meter. Next, in science, all researchers follow one international system of measurement. What's your answer? Letter B. At ang sinusunod natin is SI, units or the International System of Units. Using the same units helps avoid misunderstanding in experiments. Letter A. Gagamit tayo ng standard units para maiwasan yung ating misunderstanding pagdating sa mga activities, experiments. Scientists around the world can share and check each other's result. Letter C, both A and B standard units and SI units are used worldwide in science. Okay, so why is it important for scientists to use standard units and SI units in measuring and sharing data? Bakit kailangan may standard units tayo? Okay, so sige. It is important for scientists to use standard units and SI units because they make measurements clear and consistent for everyone. This allows scientists from different places to understand, compare, and share data accurately without confusion. Okay, so para pare-parehas. Okay, let's say for length, meter. Okay, for mass, okay, kilogram. Okay, or grams. Okay, kumbaga, okay, isa lang yung ating susundin na system. Okay, or the international system of units para hindi tayo malito. Kasi kung ang susundin natin ay yung ating dati pang mga pamamaraan, eh baka magkandalito-lito na tayo. Hindi tayo makasabay globally. Okay, next. Length measurement challenge. Ito naman. Okay, first one, explore natin yung length. Ano po? So length is the measurement of how long, short, tall, or wide an object is. In science, it is important to measure length accurately so that results are correct and can be compared. Scientists use tools, okay, ito yung mga tools like rulers, meter sticks, and tape measures to measure length depending on the size of the object. The standard unit of length in science is the meter. Tandaan, meter, which is part of the international system of units used worldwide. Using the same unit helps to ensure clear, consistent, and accurate measurements in all scientific investigation. So, sige nga. So, read each situation carefully. Write the correct tool used and appropriate unit for length. Okay. So, centimeter or meter. So, gagamit lang tayo ng may choices tayo sa taas. Situation, measuring the length of a pencil, measuring the length of a desk, measuring the length of a classroom, measuring the width of a notebook, measuring the length of a curtain. Okay, so dito, measuring the length of a pencil ruler. At pwede na tayong gumamit dito ng centimeter kasi sobrang liit lang naman. Di ka ng pencil. Alangan gumamit ka pa ng meter stick. Ano? Okay, next, measuring the length of a desk. Ang desk medyo malaki na. So, meter stick na ang gagamitin natin. Meter. So, dito pa lang kita na natin. Okay, bakit sir doon sa pencil naging centimeter? Kasi maliit lang naman siya, anak. Yung meter, mas malaki sa centimeter. So, gagamit tayo ng meter stick pag kinuha natin yung length ng desk. Though, pwede pa rin ng ruler, pero magkatagal ka lang. Ano? Measuring the length of a classroom. Siyempre, tape measure. Ito yung mas mahaba. But the unit is still in meter. Okay, measuring the width of a notebook. Ruler. Okay, kasi maliit lang naman ang notebook. Ano? Centimeter. Measuring the length of a curtain, tape measure. Okay, pwede. Tape, which is naka-meter pa din. Okay, kulang yung ating word doon. Okay, so tingnan natin. Meter. Ayan. Okay. Next, for the question, why do we use different units like centimeters and meters? Okay, when measuring length. Bakit kaya? But the standard is meter. Ano po? We use different units like centimeters and meters because objects have different sizes. Yun nga yung sinabi ko kanina. Centimeters are used for small objects to give more precise measurements, while meters are used for larger objects to avoid very large numbers. Kasi kung centimeter, mga anak, ang ating gagamitin dun sa mga malaking object din, baka naman gumamit tayo ng mas mahabang or mas malalaking numbers. Kumbaga, meter na kasi is, kumbaga, simplified version. Okay, ano po? Next, mass measurement challenge. Ito naman, sa mass naman tayo kanina, meter. Ngayon naman ay mass. So, understanding mass measurement. Mass is the amount of matter in an object. Tatandaan natin. Pag sinabi natin mass, how heavy, okay, the object is. It tells us that how heavy or light an object is. In science, measuring mass accurately is important because it helps us compare different objects and record correct data during investigations. Okay, so dito sa ating um, mass, scientists use a balance scale sa laboratory to measure mass and the standard based units use are gram for lighter objects and kilogram for heavier objects. Parang kanina sa length. Okay, pag small, centimeter, pag mas mahaba, meters. Pero dito sa atin pag mass naman, pag sobrang light lang naman, pwedeng grams na lang gamitin natin. Pag sobrang bibigat is kilogram. So choosing the correct units helps make measurements clear, accurate, and consistent in scientific work. Okay, so for our activities, same as well. Sa length, pipili lang tayo dito ng tool. And then, nung ating units. Actually, isa lang naman yung tool na nabanggit ko. But in reality, madami pa naman na tayong pwedeng gamitin, ano? Okay, but in laboratory, balance scale is one of the common laboratory apparatus to use to measure mass. Ano? So, sige, apple, situation 2, balance scale, lahat naman, school bag, bag of rice, pencil case, watermelon. So, dito sa unit, yung apple naman, medyo magaan lang naman. So, pwede tayong gumamit dito ng grams. Okay, sa school bag, mabigat-bigat, lalo pag may laman, so kilogram. Bag of rice, so pwedeng 1 kilo, 2 kilo, 3 kilos. Okay, so, ayun po. Pencil case, magaan-gaan din yan, grams. Watermelon, ako medyo mabigat to na. Okay, so it's kilogram, ano? So why do we use grams for some objects and kilograms for others? We use grams for small or light objects because they give more precise measurements, while kilograms are used for heavier objects to avoid very large numbers. Choosing the right unit makes measuring easier to read and understand. Volume measurement challenge. Similar lang din yung ating uh, processes, okay, or instruction. So volume is the amount of space occupied by particular matter, especially liquid. It helps us determine how much liquids is present in a container. In science, measuring the volume accurately is important so that data can be correctly recorded and compared during experiments. Okay, scientists use tools such as graduated cylinder and beaker to measure liquid volume. The standard units for volume are milliliters or ml for small amounts and liters for large or larger amounts. Choosing the correct unit and tool helps ensure precise and reliable measurements in scientific investigation. So dito naman, so meron tayong pagpipilian, dalawa sa tool at dalawa sa units. Okay, so measuring water, putting screenshot and then sagatan. Okay, so these are the answer. So medicine cup. Okay, so medicine cup, water. So dito naman, graduated cylinder, milliliter. So ito naman ay konti ba konti lang naman pag sa mga medicine cup. Nakita na kayo ng medicine cup pag pinapainom kayo ng may lagnat. Okay, naka milliliter lang yan kasi konti lang naman. Lab beaker water. So dito naman, beaker na talaga yung gagamitin natin. Ano? So, instead of graduated cylinder. So dito ang unit pa rin is milliliter kasi mostly naman sa mga laboratory, hindi naman tayo doon nagme-measure ng sobrang dadaming tubig. Okay, kumbaga, konti-konti lang din. Juice bottle, konti pa din. Pwedeng beaker lang. Okay, liter. Okay, so bakit liter? Juice battle. Okay, mostly, di ba, sa juice battle rather, dun sa ating mga bottled water, naka-liter. Naka-liter na ano. Okay, pero may mga naglalagay pa rin ng ml. Okay, or milliliter. Liter. Okay, may letter tuloy. Sorry for the pronunciation. Graduated cylinder liquid. Okay, ano ba yung ating for? Measuring liquid in a graduated cylinder. So dito, graduated cylinder, naka-mention na naman yung ating tool. Okay, milliliter. Okay, or ml. Cooking oil in a container. So dito pwede beaker, and then kasi di ka naka-container, mostly naka-liter. Like yung sa mga bottled water container, naka-liter na yan kasi madamihan na. Pero pag let's say mga cup, okay, yung mga lab beaker, okay, and then graduated cylinder, wala namang sobrang laking graduated cylinder, maliit, common yung nasa laboratory, kaya sila ay naka-milliliter. Okay, so why do we use milliliters for small amounts of liquid and liters for larger amounts? Parang similar lang din yung sagot dun sa ating previous question actually. Ano? So dito, we use milliliters or ml for small amounts of liquids and liters for larger amounts because different sizes of measurements help us describe quantities more accurately and conveniently. So small amounts would be too difficult to read or express in liters, while large amounts would be impractical to write in milliliters. Using the correct unit makes measurement clearer, more accurate, and easier to understand. Kumbaga, ang pinaka main base lang doon. Meron tayong milliliters for small amounts and liters for larger amounts. Time measurement challenge. Identify the appropriate unit for time and correct tool used in measuring time in different situations. Same process pa din. So, time's the measurement of how long an event takes to happen. In science, measuring time accurately helps us observe and compare how fast or slow processes occur during experiments. Commonly, scientists use tools such as stopwatch to measure short events and a clock to measure longer periods of time. The standard units for time are seconds for short durations and minutes for longer durations. Using the correct tool and unit helps ensure accurate and reliable results in scientific investigations. So dito, gagamit lang tayo ng stopwatch or clock. Time taken to blink your eyes, time for boiling water, time for a short quiz, time for running 100 meters, and time for a classroom discussion. So these are the answer. So blinking of eyes, pwedeng stopwatch. Alam nga naman, clock paano, napakabilis lang naman to. It can be measured in seconds. Boiling water, yan, clock kasi matagal-tagalan, ano. Clock na tayo. Short quiz. Okay, pwede namang clock dito din. Actually, clock. Ano, bakit clock? Short quiz is, let's say, 5 minutes. Okay, di ba? 10 minutes. Okay, so medyo maano na din yun. So, palta natin to. Dapat accurate din. Okay, it's a clock. It should be clock. Pero ako nagagamit ng stopwatch. Charis. Okay, clock. And then, running 100 meters. Ito na, stopwatch to. Okay, kasi in seconds, let's say, diga, mapakabilis lang naman to, 100 meters lang. Classroom discussion. So, clock in minute. Okay, so, kita natin, meron tayong ginamit din, seconds and minutes. So, why do we use seconds for short events and minutes for longer events? Okay, so similar lang din, we use seconds for short events and minutes for longer events because it helps us measure time more accurately and conveniently. So short activities like a clap or a quick action are best measured in seconds, while longer activities like a class or a game are easier to measure in minutes. So using the right unit makes time measurement clearer and easier to understand. Next, temperature measurement challenge. Identify the correct tool and unit used in measuring temperature in different situations. Okay, so parang similar lang din. So temperature is the measure of how hot or cold an object or place is. In science, measuring temperature accurately is important because it helps us understand changes in weather, materials, and different processes. So scientists use a thermometer to measure temperature in different situations, such as body temperature, room temperature, or the temperature of liquids. The standard unit for temperature in science is degrees Celsius. So using the correct tool and units ensures accurate and reliable data in scientific investigation. So, hindi ko na pinaano to kasi isa lang din naman yung ating tool, and then unit, degree Celsius. Body temperature, room temperature, boiling water, outdoor temperature, basin water temperature. Okay, so ano yung commonly tool? Thermometer. Huwag kakalimutan ang unit, degree Celsius. Okay, so why do we use degree Celsius when measuring temperature in science? So we use degree Celsius when measuring temperature in science because it is a standard and widely used unit that is easy to understand and compare. It also helps scientists communicate temperature measurements clearly and consistently using degrees Celsius also makes it easier to record and interpret everyday and scientific temperature changes. Especially pag nagbabalita tayo nagkikinig tayo ng mga balita sa mga weather forecast, 'di ba naka-degree Celsius. Okay. So para mas magets natin, okay, ng ayos kasi kung hindi standard unit ang gagamitin mo at ito ay napanood sa ibang lugar, how can they understand or relate into that, 'di ba? Okay, next, measure it right. Okay. So in science, accurate measurement is very important because it helps ensure that data collected is correct and reliable. To get accurate results, proper measuring techniques must be followed when using tools like rulers, tape measures, and balances, and thermometers. Common errors such as guessing values, reading measurements at an angle, or using the wrong unit can lead to incorrect data and unreliable results. So by practicing correct measurement procedures, scientists can ensure that their findings are valid and can be trusted in scientific investigations. Okay, so sige, activity sheet. A student uses a ruler properly and reads the measurement at eye level. Okay, so it's letters. Okay, saan ang choices natin dito? Ayan pala, hindi ko nabasa, sorry. Hindi ko nabasa yung instruction. Basta-basta na lang ako nag-ano-ano. So, sabi sa ating instruction, read each situation carefully. Write C if it is a correct practice or E if it is an error. C for correct practice or E for error. Okay, ayan. So, unahin muna natin. Okay, sige, reveal na natin yung sagot. A student uses a ruler properly and reads the measurement at eye level. It is a correct practice. Second, a learner guesses the length of a pencil instead of measuring it. So, it's an error. Guessing, hindi po tinatanggap yan. Tandaan natin. The ruler is placed straight and aligned with the object being measured. Correct practice. Tama. A student reads the measurement while looking from an angle. Hindi pwede. Okay, parang ikaw rin nagtatansya din doon. A learner writes the measurement using the wrong unit. Okay, hindi rin. It's an error. A student uses a tape measure for a long object like a table. It's a correct practice. Okay, so why is it important to avoid errors when measuring? So it is important to avoid errors when measuring because errors can lead to incorrect data and unreliable results. So accurate measurements ensure that conclusions are valid and trustworthy in scientific investigations. So hopefully you are ready for our formative assessment. Again, what is measurement? Okay, guessing the size of the objects, determining physical quantities like length and mass, drawing objects accurately, or counting numbers only. Correct letter B, determining physical quantities like length and mass. Why do scientists use measurement? To decorate experiments, to get accurate data and support conclusions, to make experiment harder, or to avoid using tools. Correct is letter B, to get accurate data and support conclusions. What is the SI unit for length? Okay, correct. It's meter. Which tool is used to measure mass? Correct. It's balance scale. Hindi naman thermometer kasi for temperature, stopwatch for time. Ruler is for length. Okay, what unit is used for mass? Correct. Gram or kilogram. What is the use to measure or what is used to measure temperature? Correct. It's thermometer. What is the SI unit for temperature? Correct. It's degree Celsius. Why should we read measurements at eye level? To make it look better, to avoid reading errors, to make it faster, or to change the result? Of course, it's letter B, to avoid reading errors. Okay, which is an example of accurate measurement? Guessing the length of a table, using a ruler and reading correctly, using wrong units, or not using any tools. Siyempre, it's letter B, using a ruler and reading correctly. What is a common error in measurement? Using correct tools, reading at eye level, misaligned ruler, or recording data in a table? Correct is letter C. Ano? Common error, misaligned ruler. So I hope that you learned something today, grade 7, for accurate measurement, or you learned the importance of measurement. Thank you so much and see you again for our next lesson.